Nigeria's Attorney General Malami, ignorant of law, has personal hatred for Igbo, Kanu, IPOB. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. The indigenous people of Biafra made allegation in a statement by its media and publicity secretary, Ima Powerful, accusing Malami of transferring the three justices of a court of appeal who gave the ruling that discharged and acquitted Kanu on 13th of October. The indigenous people of Biafra has accused the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice AGF, Abubakar Malami, son, of creating and promoting ethnic agenda against its leader, Kanu, and the entire southeastern region of the country. The indigenous people of Biafra made allegation in a statement by its media and publicity secretary, Emma Powerful, accusing Malami of transferring the three justices of the Court of Appeal who gave the ruling that discharged and acquitted Kanu on 13th October 2022. The group said that whereas Malami ought to uphold the laws, he decided to be lawless and defiant to court orders because of unwarranted personal hatred he had against Kanu and Igbo. The statement read, and I quote, "The global family and movement of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, under the prophet and indefatigable liberator Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, condemned the disgraceful, irresponsible, and unguarded statement from Alhaji Abubakar Malami. Alhaji Abubakar Malami transferred the honorable justices who displayed sincerity and justice on the 13th of October 2022 in the appeal court to work on the minds of the newly appointed judges and has used them to order a stay of execution of justice, which they have carried out today, Friday, the 28th of October 2022. What a shame on these judges who were just elected a week ago to carry out this injustice to allow the stay of execution orders by the same court only 2 weeks ago. They have displayed their ignorance of the law and their willingness to act unjustly due to their lack of independence for allowing themselves to be used by an illiterate and quota system, Attorney General and Minister of Justice, injustice in bracket. They may not know what they did to themselves now but later. They realize that our careers have been trashed by this singular act. Alhaji Abubakar Malami should go back and read his law books again because all the charges and cases he cited during this interview with Vanguard were embedded in the cases quashed by the appeal court. He is just exhibiting ignorance and myopic understanding of the law and the constitution of the same country he claims to be representing. He should redeem some of his credibility by simply obeying the court orders. The world is watching his stupidity and ignorance of the law. We are laughing at him because his reputation and that of Nigeria is going down every day as they keep on disobeying their own court. We realize that since the extraordinary rendition of our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Malami has been ill, physically shrinking and weakening because of unwarranted personal hatred he has against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the Igbo. Let Malami and his collaborators know that their hatred against Mazi Kanu and Igbo will destroy them and Nigeria soon. As Attorney General and Minister of Justice or Injustice, he ought to uphold the laws, but he has decided to be lawless and defiant to court others, exposing Nigerian government as a banana republic that it is. Malami and this lawless and terrorist-sponsoring government are by themselves devaluing Nigeria, while they blame the citizens for their woes. Malami has no other option but to release Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and stop disgracing brilliant lawyers who are supposed to be appointed as Attorney General, but unfortunately for the sake of tribalism, nepotism and their funeralization agenda, a lunatic extremist and tribal bigot like Malami was appointed to promote his ethnic agenda. Those who understand the law should advise Malami and his co-conspirators to the Ministry of Justice to know that he is representing the federal government and not a Sharia court system or his all-progressive Congress party. Again, Malami should stop coming out to the public and making a jest of himself because we are not laughing. Sincerely, the thing is, this issue has gone more than nationwide. It is now worldwide. The world is watching what Nigerians are doing to this man. And I don't hear say UN actually gave a law that this man should be freed under some certain days. I don't talk about if Nigerian government wants to drag themselves to hell, they should not drag us along with themselves. UK government don't talk, so make them release this man. You know this man is a United Kingdom citizen. He has dual citizenship. make them jejeje allow this man jeje go. Why? Because a court of appeal don't already come outside talk say make. The court of appeal have said this man is acquitted and discharged, which means say he done free. And let us not forget that this man has stayed in that in the Department of State Services, or should I say in detention, for more than a year. I can't ask. I've been asking this question before this happened. That if somebody stays in detention, if the person they go court they come back and the person is now found to be not guilty, that he is acquitted and discharged, waiting then shouldn't go compensate the person, or why it would be? Because I don't understand. Let's say you were there's a mix up somewhere, and they start trying you and they found out that you are not guilty, and in maybe the case that they mix you up with, maybe it's something that has to do with something very big that even maybe the organization will work for this associated themselves from you. How would they compensate you? I've been asking. Now, to even make matters worse, apart from the fact that Malami don't the overstepping boundaries, because Malami is the Attorney General of Nigeria. He's not the Attorney General of Buhari. He's not the Attorney General of APC. He's not the Attorney General of the North. He is the Attorney General of Nigeria. But the way things are going now, I can tell you without missing words that it is looking like he's the Attorney General of the Northern Nigeria. Or he's the Attorney General of the APC, because I do not see why a court, a third arm of government, will give a judgment that is independent. And even after, some respected leaders have come to Buhari and said, oh, why not we settle this in out of court? Buhari said, no, I don't want to interfere. They are now interfering, no. This thing, and the world is watching, no. Okay. Not only Malami, his principal that dubbed his supposed constituent as dot in a circle, who wishes to complete what they did not finish in 1970. And Nnamdi opened the eyes of indigenous people of Nigeria. The Hausas got to know the suffocating environment Fulani has subjected them. That's the main crime of Nnamdi, and by extension the Igbos. No matter what, the history is shown that the agitation for equity is either taken care of or the inevitable happened. Abba Kyari did same in Igbo land, and where is he today? We shall see what becomes of Malami after leaving office in a few months' time. That can be seen very clear. Even if you cannot see, you can hear. Nigeria is a terrorist country. My own is Malami should not forget that he is actually the Attorney General of the Federation, and not the Attorney General of his state, or the Attorney General of his region, or the Attorney General of the All Progressive Congress. He should tread with caution. The world is watching. All right, on this note, we've come to the end.